Okay, hey guys, I'm Caleigh, and today we are going to be talking about fanfiction. So, if you don't know who I am from Wattpad, that's okay. I'll tell you right now. I'm Caleigh McDermott, but I had an account on Instagram called forever_Emison, and on Wattpad it's forever_Emison. I started writing fanfiction in 2014, and actually, I started writing it on Instagram because I had my Pretty Little Liars fan account, and I saw this account that had this fanfiction, and I had no idea what fanfiction was back then. I was 13, 14 years old around, and I started reading it, and I was like, what is this? Is this Pretty Little Liars? It was a Pretty Little Liars fanfiction, and it was about Emison, I'm pretty sure it was, and I started reading it and I was like, wow, this is really cool, like this person's talented, writer, like I want to do this. I want to entertain people, I want to keep people on the edge of their seats, I want to give them like a little more of the show and a little more like the couples that they enjoy, you know, giving them like that little sprinkle of like a fan's mind of what they want to happen. So I started writing a fan fiction on Instagram, and like my writing was disgustingly terrible, like it was so bad, you guys, like I was talking about like Hannah and I, like it would be a lowercase I. That's how bad it was. But anyways, I enjoyed writing it, and I liked making my own twist on the show. It started off slow, and then all of a sudden it just exploded, and all these people, I got comments saying like, oh, when are you updating next? Can you make this happen? Can you make this character do this? Can you add this person to the A team maybe? It was this incredible stuff, and I was getting all this feedback, and I was like, wow, people enjoy this. Like, they actually like my writing. My second fanfiction on Instagram, I got a comment from someone saying, have you ever been on Wattpad? And I had no idea what Wattpad was. It is a great app. Wattpad is an app for fanfiction writers or readers, or for people who are writing books. They could put it on Wattpad for free, and it's amazing, and I had no idea what it was back then. I downloaded the app, and I was like, what is this? I did research on it, and I was like, wow, it's a fanfiction app. I could put more stories on here, widen my audience, so I did. And it worked out great, honestly. I started New Beginnings, my very first fanfiction about Emison and ever on Wattpad, on September 21st, 2014. When I saw the attention that this book was getting, I kept updating and putting chapter after chapter up. And it just kept getting attention, and people were commenting, saying like, I love this story, when are you gonna update next? And it was so mind-blowing to me that people actually enjoyed this. And I ended up writing different Emison stories. I wrote one about Allison is dating Caleb, who is Emily's brother in that story, and it's called My Brother's Girlfriend. I wrote a story about Emison Vampire Realm, and then I kind of switched it and redid that one because my writing was terrible. Emison based on Haley and Nathan from One Tree Hill. Emison based on Faking It, the TV show. Emison in like fame life, like one's a singer and it just all like explodes. All these different things, teacher and a student relationship, superheroes, all this stuff. I just wrote one about 13 Reasons Why. I started an Emison story called The Wish Upon a Star that has gotten a lot of attention, and go check it out. See what all the fuss is about. I didn't think people would like it that much, but apparently they do. I wrote about Emison in Kentucky with these motorcycle gangs, and it has two stories because I wrote a sequel and I'm still continuing it now. It's called Kick the Dust Up and then In the Clear. And then there's Relentless, and there's my most popular Emison story, which to this day, I can't, if you guys know me and you read this story, thank you for giving me this life. Sorry if you hear explosions, it's 4th of July and people are shooting fireworks off. But the story's called Treacherous, and it's based off of Pretty Little Liars with Emison. It's not an alternate universe like the other stories I have, and it currently has 280,000 readers, and I finished it. And I think it has, how many chapters? I wrote like 100-something chapters, 178 chapters in Treacherous, and it has 280,000 readers. Like, what? Like, it's insane. I didn't expect that type of attention to go to that book, but I'm so thankful for it. And now I have other stories that just got over 200,000, like Relentless has 202,000 now. And then even New Beginnings is currently at 202,000. It's 115,000, all this stuff. And then I wrote fanfiction about Taylor Swift, and I started one about Caleigh, which is Lexa and Clark from The 100. Everything about fanfiction has blown my mind, and the world that it creates, it's just, you make your own little fan base, and your fan base that is included within your TV show or your celebrity or the couple of your TV show, it's just, it all rounds out and it becomes your family, and it becomes like everything you do. It's an everyday thing for me. Every day I wake up, I'm like, what am I gonna write today? Like, if I have writer's block, I get upset because I don't get to update a story that day, and then people get upset. Then it comes down to me with my laptop, Wattpad, the website up. And I'm just sitting here like, I gotta type, I gotta write this story. I'm doing it not only for me, but I'm doing it for the fans, and I'm doing it for the people who have been here with me from the beginning. And I'm just here to give you a little insight about what it's like to write fanfiction, what it's like, how it feels to have all these people reading it. It is an honor to have as many readers as I do. I think I'm one of the most popular Emison writers on Wattpad currently, and that just in general is insane. Like, I never pictured that. So let's talk about how I write it. People ask me a lot, like, do you have a plan? Do you write out in a notebook what you're gonna write? Do you have like this whole little like web of like what you're gonna do, who is gonna do what character's gonna end up with who? Honestly, no, I don't. Sometimes, rarely, I'll be in school and I'll get bored and I'll start writing little prompts, or I'll write like little chapters in a notebook about what I'm gonna do next. But in all fairness, I don't really plan that much ahead, which sounds terrible, but I have an idea of what I'm gonna do with the story when I come up with it. Like, I'll think of a story idea and I'll be like, that's a good plot, and then in the end, this will happen. But then sometimes as I'm writing it, it changes. I'm like, oh, that can't happen because then this would happen. So I'm gonna go with this ending instead. And it's just, it's a weird little strategy that I have. But honestly, when it comes down to it, it's just me with my laptop typing. That's all it is. There's no notebook, there's no nothing. Now, let's move on. Smut. Everybody loves their smut. And if you don't know what smut is, it's a sex scene. And I have been known throughout the years to write a lot of smut. I don't hold back when I write smut. I always write in bold letters, warning sexual content ahead. If you want to skip, I'll let them skip down until there's another bold thing saying end of sexual content. Writing smut is not uncomfortable. It's not as weird as someone would think it is to write. I think it's funny. I throw in little quirks in there. I throw in little phrases that I know that the character would say. It is hard because you have to make sure what you're writing actually makes sense, and it's weird because I have never, like myself, like spoiler alert, I'm a virgin. I've never done anything, have I? No. I'm a virgin, but I write smut that goes a little far, and I write like 50 Shades of Grey level smut sometimes. It doesn't make me uncomfortable. I do it for the readers. I do it because they ask me to, and I want to make them happy, and if they didn't like my story, then I wouldn't have as many readers as I do, honestly. So next would be how I do my writing. This part will kind of delve into my writing style as it is. I tend to leave cliffhangers a lot, and a lot of people don't like that. They get angry at me, and I get death threats sometimes, but it's funny. I ended on a cliffhanger with like a car crash or something, and people would say, what the fuck, like, you need to update, I need to see what happens next, this person can't die, this person can't die, if you kill this person off, I swear to God, I'll hunt you down. And it's all these different comments, like crying emojis and all these different things. And I just love cliffhangers. I love leaving like suspenseful things. I love doing all that kind of stuff. Writing fan fiction is a blast. People have been asking me that. They're like, now that Pretty Liars is over, will you stop updating? No, I'm not gonna stop updating. Of course not. Rosewood is always gonna be there. So is Emison. Emison will always be in my heart, whether there's a spin-off or not. Praying that there is. This last part, I just need to talk to the people who have read my stories, and I want to thank you. without you guys, I wouldn't know that I have talent in writing. I wouldn't be where I am today. I wouldn't be as strong as I am today without you guys, because you guys have given me that confidence, and I can't thank you enough for that. You have helped people notice me. I met a lot of friends through Wattpad, through Fanfiction. I have group chats. I know people from around the country, from around the world even. You're amazing, and I love you. I hope this video answered some questions. I hope it gave you a little insight of what it is like to be a fanfiction writer. And you know what? Start writing your own stories. Once you get the words down, you'll get there. Promise. I mean, look at me. I've been writing since 2014. It's 2017, and I still have not stopped writing. I'm obsessed. And my writing gets better every single day. I can only thank you guys for that, for the feedback you give me. Just keep being awesome, and I love you. Thank you. Okay, so thank you so much for watching the video. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you got some questions answered. I hope you got a little more insight. So I love you, and I'll see you next time. Bye.